welcome back to the channel. We're out here again. I've got Ann with me here and we are ready. We've got I've got 3 units that I won at a live auction a couple days ago. I'm not getting all 3 of them today. One of them I'm gonna get, it's gonna be like 2 weeks from now. I asked if I could have some extra time because I'm going out of town next week, and she's like, I was actually gonna rent the unit, and she's like, just keep your lock on it and just, you know, whenever you get back, just come and get it. So that one, $650 unit, looks like it's going to be really good. It's packed full, has some really cool antique stuff, and who knows what's going to be in that one. But that's going to be a couple weeks from now. But today, the other 2 units, the first one I won was $200, and it's up the hill. We're going to go and get that in just a minute. It's the bigger unit. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. This one here, after I won that one for $200, this little small one opened up, and I won it for $60 because I saw a couple records. At first I just saw there was a couple records like on the ground, and but then as some other people were bidding, it was like at $35 or something like that. I noticed one of the containers was kind of clear and there was a record on the end, so I was like, oh, if there's a whole bunch of records in here, if they're good ones, you know, that adds up really quick. You know, it'd be, you know, way worth 50 or $60. So I ended up winning it for $60, but it's a little 5x5 little closet size. So we're about to go in right now. We're gonna get this 5x5 first, knock it out so it's all the way done, and then we'll head up to the bigger one that I got for $200 that has all kinds of stuff in it. Probably gonna be some cool surprises in that one. All right, also on the way here at the another location that I've won that $650 unit, a guy that I know he won a unit. He doesn't really deal with furniture, so I bought that furniture from him for $200. Pretty good deal because there's a very nice like new treadmill, probably about $150. There's a really nice bed, and it's actually got the motorized part you put in there and everything. Probably just for the motorized part alone is probably about $200, and then the bed probably $150 to $200, and then there's a chest of drawer, probably about $100 to, it looks pretty nice actually, probably closer to $150, and then a desk and a nightstand, just say another $50 to $100 there. So that's pretty good deal, at least $500 worth of stuff right there, and it took us about 10-15 minutes to stop and load that up. But let's go down here to this unit. Hopefully I got the right key, because I had all the keys. Okay, in my truck there is, like, between the seats, you know, I have a little console, and there's a little indentation there like to put change and stuff, but I had all the keys sitting there. And the other morning, yesterday morning on the way to work, I didn't even tell Ann about this. Somebody, they just about ran me off the road. Well, they did run me off the road. I was going along, it was 2 lanes, and I'm driving along, and they're in the right lane, I'm in the left lane, and there's like a grass median. And as I'm coming up on them, I could kind of start, there was a car in front of them, and they just had that look like they were gonna get over. So look, I kind of let off the gas, and then sure enough, when I got right to their back corner, here they come, and I was going much faster than them, so about the time they started, I was on their back corner, and they start coming over, and I slammed on the brakes and actually went over. There was a little bit of a turning lane, and then after that, I was kind of, 2 of my wheels were in the grass and 2 of them were not, and I was able to kind of not lose control and then get back onto the road. But when I initially slammed on the brakes, everything went everywhere. So these keys, I think these are the right ones. These were in the cup holders. I think, pretty sure these are them. But I'm hoping, I kept looking on the ground, making, you know, I was like, I hope one didn't fall on the ground and this is not the right key. Because look, they're all just little silver keys. It's hard to tell what's what. But let's see here. We can find a match. Oh, there we go. First one. So these are. All right, so like I said, this is the little 5x5. Not much to it. See, originally I saw those there, and I was like, okay. And but then I noticed that this record was here, but I couldn't tell for sure. I was like, is the whole thing full or not? And I did, after I won, I did flip this up, and the whole thing is full of records. Whole bunch of records. So we'll see if there's anything good in there. And then what else is in here? I don't know. There's an air mattress here. Kind of looks like empty containers. Up, some clothes or something. But we're about to load it up. We'll see what we find. All right, so the containers, there's 1, 2, what is it, 2? Okay, 2 of these big ones. These are nice containers. But in here, it looks like blankets. It's not really clothes, blankets. There is some clothes. Here's a American Eagle sweatshirt or something. And then there's one of those big black and yellow containers underneath that. Like I said, air mattress. Let's see what we got underneath there. Oh, here's a Louis Vuitton box. If there's any Louis Vuitton, I don't know. Here's a notebook with Superior Court of Cobb County. Okay. And knew right away, and worked for a lawyer in the past, so she knew. Oh, we got Xbox sticking out of the Louis Vuitton. Oh yeah, here we go. Borat. That's not in there. Okay, let's see if any of these games are in here. It feels like that's empty. That's empty.
This one's in here.
That one's in there. That's an Xbox 360. So the Xbox One games are not in there. Oh, that one's in there. What is that?
Mirrored Edges.
Mirrored Edge. NBA 2K. So the Xbox 360 games are all in here.
There's one
That's not okay. Oh, so some games in here, some games not. Let's see. I don't see any games that look all that great, but here's a Xbox One, Call of Duty Black Ops. It's a lot of sports games.
Oh, this is a movie.
Yeah, holes. Well, here's some loose. Are these games? Oh, that's a PlayStation 2, but mostly sports games. So typically the sports games aren't worth a whole lot for the most part. Oh, I thought that said Madden 20. It says Madden 25, but it's not 2025. Yeah. It's 2014. Oh. Let's see. So far, definitely, I mean, $60 is not a bad deal. Like I said, it was mainly for the records. So then you got all this other odds and ends. That blanket. See what's in there. It's like a briefcase. What's this all the way in the bottom? Oh, some little cube shelves. This is where you kind of build and make a cube shell. And there's other stuff kind of hidden in here. I don't want to take too much time looking for all this because we got a lot more to go get. But medical stuff. Okay, here's a tablet.
Even their own little trash can to get rid of.
Oh, medical disposal. All right, we got a spare tire there. Nike SB. This feels like it's empty though. There's like some insoles there. And then this Nike box on the top, but I can see there's something else in it. I don't see the shoes. Oh, there's shoes. There's some old Pumas in there. Alright, so the shoes are not looking good. Couple shoes. Here's a Jeep. Looks like a tire cover maybe for a Jeep. Maybe? No, it's something else. Part of it. Part of the cover, yeah. And then, whoa. I think there's a, oh no, I thought the gun was in there. I saw that.
That's some weight. I would have thought it too.
Click some maximum distance. Okay, but there are a bunch of DVDs. Is that all DVDs? Yeah, let's see if there's any games, but it looks like it's pretty much DVDs. Here's another shoebox, and it is empty. Alright, the records, man, this thing is, that's a lot of records. Let's see what kind of stuff we got. Life, Love, and Pain. Now those right there are empty. Alright, that's in there. So the little group right there had some empty ones, but these feel like they're all in there. Sound of Los Angeles Records, Callaway. Freddie Jackson. So we'll have to see there. Oh, look at this. That's kind of a cool one. Vanilla Ice. Play That Funky Music. So there's some cool ones. You know, you're always hoping to get The Rock. The Rock just does the best. All the rock albums, but I think there'll be some good stuff in here mixed in, and then some not too exciting stuff. Here's the Jacksons. So good chance we'll find the Thriller album in here. Don't Make It Personal, jazzy instrumental. So there's like jazz, R&B, reggae, all that kind of stuff in here. But a whole bunch. They're in good shape. They're nice and clean and good shape. Snap. And some of the stuff I don't know what it is. BB and CC. Got Winans. Buffalo Stance. Nene Cherry. Okay. Definitely some stuff I don't know what it is, but Sweet Mouth, Johnny Osborne. So lots of records. Records always sell, but not the ones that at least I'm really looking for, that I know do good in the auction. Strike It Up, Black Box. LL Cool J. Aretha Franklin. All right, there we go. And that's gonna be a very heavy box, obviously. And what are the ones that are laying down here? We got Michael Jackson Bad. Yeah, Michael Jackson Bad. Big Daddy. Heavy D. BBD, whatever that is. Underneath the records, we got VHSs. We haven't got enough VHSs lately, huh? Goodness gracious. That's all VHSs. Blue City. Looks like kind of some odd stuff in here. All the Pretty Horses. Adrift. Pacific Heights. Love It Masculine. Alright, so that's heavy too.
Yep.
This is VHSs too. It looks like the records and VHSs. Oh, this is all the kids ones though. Kids ones always do pretty good. Look at that one. That's cool. Commemorative edition. Got Sorcerer Mickey on it. Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Dragon Tales. So all kinds of. We got Barney. We got Muppet Babies here. So some good classics. Pokemon. Power Rangers. We sold several of these. All right, this is funny right here, Ann. This. Okay, this VHS right here, when Billy was about 7, 8, 9 years old, I found this VHS in a unit, and that's my son Billy. And this, at the time, Billy looked, I'm telling you, he looked so much like the kid on the front of this movie that I had to sit there and stare at it like, why is my son on the front of this movie? Look at him. He still looks like it.
He does.
But if you look at a picture from Billy, it literally, the hair color, the hair length, the glasses he had just like it, and the face, the eyes, his facial features. But yeah, this kid right here. You know what's weird? When I showed it to Billy, I literally found, I'm like, Billy, why are you on the front of this? Even when he looked at it, he sat there and stared at it with his mouth up, and he's like, he didn't know what to say. He was looking at it like, why am I on there?
Yeah.
I mean,
when did you take that picture, Dad?
But I mean, now if you see this kid that was in this movie, like, in general, then you can tell it's not him. But just in that freeze frame there, it looked just like him. It's pretty good when you can fool the person and they look at it and they're not immediately like, that's not me, when they're looking at it like, that does look like me.
It does look like that.
All right, a few more things in here. We got look at this picky. It says picky. Interesting. That's a funny picture there. This is a big one here. Okay, just some standard art. This is like this is for art, doing art right there. There's okay, this is where we got it looks like a mirror for a dresser and then a leaf for a table. Back there. Here's some random clothes. Oh, look at this. It's like a little 3D picture. It's kind of weird. Uh-oh, we got Tweety and Sylvester here. Oh, and we got the dogs playing poker, but it's not the standard one around the poker table. It looks like they're on a train. Oh yeah, they're on a train.
Excavation and forage.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, some fun stuff in here. Another one of these. Oh, look at this. I mean, they're just like plastic, and they're kind of falling apart, but they're still kind of neat to look at. There's a wooden statue in here I'm trying to get to show. All right, here's some shoes. Look like they're well worn, but there's some Nikes there. But look at this statue right here. This is cool. Big wooden statue. I think it is originally, that piece kept going there. Oh, and the arm might be broken off too. But still pretty neat.
Yeah, it is.
Big wood carved statue there. Oh, maybe here's a piece right here. That piece. So I wonder, do you think it did have an arm, or do you think they just made it like that? I think it probably did. Kind of, yeah. But anyway, but regardless, there's that piece. I wonder if it kept going that way. I don't know. That, no, I don't think that matches it. I think it did keep going this way. Yeah. I think right there. Anyways. All right, we got a TV in here. These small units can have more than you think in there. I think if that's bags, we can use those. Plastic. Oh, look at this. Got one of these little Krypton. Oh man, missing the wheel. That stinks. The Kryptonics skateboard there. Just like that. Alarm clock. We got some Vans boxes. Are there Vans in it? Oh, that's an empty box. Obviously, there's more detailed looking that needs to be done on this stuff. There's a picture of that thing's falling apart. It's all done up. Clothes. Here's a skateboard deck right there. Got some golf pictures there. Poster. Is that what the other ones are? Yep. There we go. Golf course scenes there. I don't know if that's supposed to be Augusta. It doesn't really say. Kind of looks like it because you see the azaleas blooming back there. That's a neat, kind of like a city on the water with the sailboats in front of the buildings picture there. And then what do we have here? Looks like CDs or cassettes. Okay, cassette tapes. In here. Oh, okay, there's bad VHSs in there. You don't want to look at those. A few cassettes. I don't know if there's more bad VHSs underneath there. Don't want to show those on here, that's for sure. And then looks like it's pretty much going to be clothes down in there. And then one more thing we're going to check, and then for right now, we'll stop on this one so we can load it up and move on to the next one. There's something in this backpack here.
I thought you were doing them.
Kind of scared to look in because the other one had bad stuff. What is this? Oh, it's just like Kenneth Copeland. It's just like a little book on tape thing. Okay. So I think at $60 I think the records, even though there's not a whole lot of stuff that I was looking for, I think that they will still add up We'll pull out a few, and then we'll make some groups of the other ones, and then whatever else we may find, and probably still find a surprise or two in here. All right, we're up the hill at the next one. We loaded that little 5x5. This one is, I don't remember, it's either 15 or 20 foot deep. 200 bucks was the bid on this. One bid, I said 200 bucks, and that was it. I won it for $200. And I did, just because it was a live auction, I won it, and then after I paid, I did come over here and I looked at a couple things I'll show you, but I mean, I didn't even begin to scratch the surface. All right, so let's back up and look here. There's a lot of kind of loose stuff here. Not a huge amount of loose. There's a lot of small boxes, and then there is a few books and stuff laying around. Like I said, 200 bucks. There is a few pieces of furniture. This is kind of cool right here. It's mid-century modern. Look at the glass on this thing, and then look at the handles and everything. I don't know if there's probably stuff in it based off of this up here, but a couple things that I did look at when I came back over here to look at the unit. This right here I was curious of. This is full of flatware. It's a huge flatware set. It's not silver, but all these pieces here, and then look, tons of pieces. Those are odds and ends. I think these, I don't know if those match or not, but all this and all this is all a big matching set. Can't remember what the Winthrop Korea, but and then the case, the box, the case here is pretty nice too. Other thing I looked at was this right here. It was actually, I could see it there, and I reached back there and grab it, and this is also flatware. And there's a couple loose pieces sitting on the top. I think this was one of them that are sterling. Yeah, this is sterling. But majority of the set that matches is not this sterling set, but there are a few pieces of this. The main set that's in there is right here. It's a W.M. Rogers silver plate set. All right, and then another thing that I looked at, saw this right here. I was checking all these boxes. It's like this is either jewelry or more flatware. And when you open it up, it's jewelry. It's all costume, but look, it's really cool vintage stuff. I'm probably gonna put this whole thing in the auction just like this, with all this jewelry showing, and just sell that whole thing. And yeah, that's just I don't think that's anything. Pretty sure this is all costume. I mean, I'll look at it a little bit closer, but good vintage costume jewelry. The box is nice. And the other thing besides, there's is that paper towel? Yeah, paper towels. Paper towels. So, but as you can see, there's a little vintage boombox Toshiba clock. Lots of boxes piled up. Couple more pieces of furniture. When we look over here, the metal rack's good. This is good. That's very nice. And then just more boxes. A few books loose here. And then when you kind of look in here, look at this. I believe we got some crystal stuff in there, but that's very nice. And then one more thing. Okay, you're standing back there and you look back, see, this is all you can see is this kind of empty space, and then there's more stuff. So when you come back here, there's a wheelchair, TV, file cabinet. I looked and I pulled that open to see if it was just files, but it's a it's like kitchen stuff in there. I think this is a big Christmas tree. Then I turned my flashlight on and I looked down here. And look right here. At first I thought it was a airsoft gun, but it's an AR-12. Let me bring it out here so you can see it. Panzer Arms, made in Turkey. AR-12. And it's got the box there with it, and it has like the accessories and stuff that go with it. So this right here does not match this at all. Because when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, you know, an older woman stuff. Got a I mean, you have a doily and a frame there. Come on now. And then you find a gun like this. It just, you know, it doesn't match. But that's the fun of buying storage units. You never, ever, ever know. But look here. It's got the box. And then it's got a magazine. It's got 2 magazines. And I believe this is the little cleaning thing to clean the barrel. Yep. So, gun and the accessories. So we're all, with just like I said, just scratching the surface, off to a very good start with the flatware, the jewelry, the gun, and who knows what else we're gonna find. Definitely this is one that definitely be on the lookout for actually finding gold jewelry in. Wouldn't surprise me at all. It has that look and feel for sure. I think we're gonna find some cool vintage stuff, some cool household stuff. And look, right there, toilet paper. Bunch of toilet paper up there and paper towels. So
you didn't have to go to the store the other
yeah,
day.
I went to the store there and I had to buy a bunch for the store, but no, we put that in the store's inventory, but the place goes through a lot because, man, the customers, everybody that comes in uses the bathroom at least once, it seems like. But look here, we got 2 of these little zip-up closets. So I think there's gonna be a lot of good stuff. Yeah, there's all kinds of, all these little boxes, there's no telling. Yeah. Like I said, what I just showed you is all that I was able to look at. So we're about to start loading it up. We'll show you some now, and obviously there'll be a lot of digging and show you some stuff later. But got a Panzer AR-12. $200. I think that's going to be a killer deal. But it's a 10 by 20. Now that I'm here, I can see where the beam is. 10 by 20. Not all the way full, but it is. There's a big block of stuff right in this area here. Old sewing machine.
Yeah.
All right, here's a little pile of some glass here. Look, Butler Shoe Corporation, 1980. This is cool right here. Walt Disney World with the monorail going through the Contemporary. Then we got a NASA little tray here. That's neat. And then another Butler shoe. Little decorative trays there. Oh, look at this classic grandma item here. We got the potpourri crock. See what kind of music she had. We've got Josh Groban Noel, so the Christmas album, and classical highlights. What is this right here? Is it a mop or something? Oh, I think it is, yeah. It's so fancy looking here on the end. It says joy. I thought it was like Christmas because it was red and gold and said joy on it. They think that you're gonna have joy using their mop.
Yep.
All right, we noticed on a few of these boxes we've got these like pictures they printed off a computer and set aside. Like this is a piece of paper with angels printed on it, and then here on the inside it's a nativity set. It's a gold nativity set. Here's one of the wise men here. So apparently those pictures are just not necessarily exactly what's in it, but kind of code for kind of what's in it.
Oh, this one's got book.
Yeah, it's got a picture of books. And then on the inside, we can see it. It's clear. It's obviously books. Oh, and it's heavy. All right, here's the Bissell Little Green. And then here, pretty nice Westminster clock. I mean, it's nice, but it's not that nice because look, it's just a battery powered. It's not a gear driven clock, mechanical clock, but still looks pretty nice. I'm gonna collapse the little bag. Right, this right here, it's a framed, it's some kind of piece of cloth with it's got the ABCs on it.
That's older.
Uppercase and lowercase, but yeah, it looks, and then it has like some little sayings on the bottom. But looks pretty old when you look at the stitching and everything there. Alright, kitchen item, including a juicer there.
And we start looking for cords there in the trip.
Alright. Other odds and ends. Look, we got some vintage gloves here. Look at these things. Not much going on there. I wanted to get everybody who could look inside of this bottom of this cabinet. See if there's stuff in it. Well, there's actually nothing in there. There's like a little cord in there. Here we got glass ladle, some serving pieces.
You ready to go out?
Yeah, let's do that. Electric knife, so alright, knives and utensils, kind of what you would expect to be in here. And then up here we got napkin rings. A lot of different napkin rings. Look, Christmas, butterflies. We got the silver ones here. We got pink ones. Then we got the little What do you call these forks, Sam? They're by Gorham. Anyways, but yeah, they're like if you
For seafood.
yeah, like for crab meat and stuff. You get that, and then it's got the. I mean, I guess it's a crab fork, and then you have the crackers right here. See, these are for crab. You crack them, and then you take these little things and get it out. More napkin rings. And nothing in the cabinet. So they got stuff in the drawers, just not in the cabinets. This was behind the, or not behind the glass, but on the top of that cabinet there. There's like medicine stuff, but look at this. I think it's, is this a knife? Oh wow. It's one of those big, fat, like Swiss Army knives, but it's not a Swiss Army officially. It's got some deers on it. Let's see, another knife here. What is this? Stop play, a little voice recorder. They just kind of had an odd knife stuck in there with other stuff. Canon. Okay, it's a plug, some kind of plug-in for a Canon. All right, pulling more stuff out of the cabinet here. We got a little fondue pot, and then looks like there's jewelry inside of this container right here. Uh-oh, and look, we got little jewelry boxes.
Yep.
Let me move it over here to the light. We got a couple little rings here. 14 karat. Both of those are 14 karat right there. All right, let's keep going. I thought this was going to be a jewelry unit. It says 14 karat gold right there. Kind of doesn't really look good when you look at the coloring on this though. And that's not, there's two different things here. Maybe that smaller thing is. All right, that's empty. Got a ring here. Looks like the stone's gone out of it. But it says it's 14 karat. It says 14 karat white gold. This is kind of heavy right here. Oh, wow. It's a change purse. Look at this.
Oh, that's neat.
Is it silver? I think it is. I think it's silver.
Right off the bat, I can think of 5 women who will be bidding on it.
I don't see a marking right, I mean, but sometimes it takes a minute to find, but right off, quick look here, I'm not seeing a marking, but I'll definitely have to look closer, and I think it's going to be silver. There's a big bangle here. It looks silver too, I don't see a marking on it. Look at this, look at the box on this. This is really vintage. It looks 60s or 70s, but there's nothing in it. But we can sell the box by itself, probably with this one right here, probably, because this is the same way. Nothing in it, but those are neat. This is heavy. What is this? A belt buckle. Neptune meter Trident water meter, New York. So I wonder if like work for the water company maybe. You got this? That's pretty cool. Oh, here we go. There's a keeper for me. Atlanta Fulton County Stadium Braves 1965 to 96 coaster. Add to my collection. We got a couple fish on a pendant here. And a huge. This is not gold. I can't. That's a Trifari. So that's a good name in costume jewelry. Some of that stuff can be pretty pricey. Sought after on the costume jewelry. This is very heavy right here. It's a big old coin. What is this? Alright, it looks like there's a bunch of rocks piled up kind of. Oh, Pikes Peak. Yep, I've been to Pikes Peak and that is what it looks like. It's really weird when you go up there. It looks like a giant has just made a big rock pile. Because all these, there's these huge rocks, but it's just that's what it's made of up there. It's crazy. That's cool though, Pikes Peak. See how that looks on there? That's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I went there, I'm like, it was like, it's so weird. It looks like you're on another planet. And we went in the middle of the summertime, and it was freezing. It's like you go up there and you got like shorts and t-shirt on because it's hot down at the bottom, and you get up there and it's like 30 something degrees and the wind's just howling. And then that is empty and dry rotted. And we got some shells here. So a couple pieces of gold and some other cool unique finds here. Was there anything? Oh, we got another piece here. Is this Pikes Peak also? Nope. This is actually Stone Mountain here in Georgia. Little Stone Mountain. I don't know if you're supposed to wear this on your neck, or is this more like a wallet chain with a little keychain? All right, been out there loading the boxes as Ann's been bringing them, but back in here now, she's burrowing away in here. She's like a little you want to be a rabbit, a mole, or a rat?
I'll be a rabbit. It's cozy.
All right, she says she's like a rabbit in here. We got an iPad Pro box, and I can tell that's empty, but is this it right here? Or something? I think it is. What was that?
Yep, smartphone.
Yeah, that's an.
You put on the back of your phone.
Yeah, that's an iPad. That's probably that one. This piece is to like a food processor.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if there's a processor around where that was or what. But as you can see, books came off the shelf there. There was a bunch of boxes on there. We haven't opened them up that said China cabinet that were on this shelf right here, which I'm assuming that's their China cabinet they're talking about. So probably dishes and stuff like that. All right, we got the classic taters and onions bin here. Got some little display stands there. That big Amazon box right there, it's full of those felt hangers, like those no slip hangers. Pretty nice, but you know, coat hangers. We would just sell the whole box in the auction to someone. Pizza, is this a pizza pan?
Yes.
Okay.
Thought it was 2 hands.
It's a Lodge pan with the lid there. Not really a Dutch oven, just a deep pan. Oh, it's that frame right there. And then just looks like a glassware. It's kind of older newspaper there.
October 2001.
2001. It's not really that old, but I guess that's getting old now. 2001, over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I guess a piece of newspaper will start to turn yellow after
There you go.
over 20 years. All right, this box here looks like, you know, kind of office stuff. We got receipt paper, but I see something peeking out there. Let's look. Dust remover. These are brand new, several of these. Antenna repeater. This is what I was trying to get to right here. Look, it's a little Statue of Liberty knife. That's kind of neat. (1886 to 1986). So this is like a 100-year celebration knife in 1986. And other than that, there's a bunch of cell phones. What is this? Well, thermometer, or yeah, weather forecast. Just odds and ends, but cool little knife in there. It looks like we had a few Beanie Babies in there, which it's been a little while since we had Beanie Babies. We had a lot of them, but here lately haven't really noticed any. This big box here, it kind of looks like office stuff. Also, is this business cards? Yep. Let's see what it says. Okay, I'm looking at this now. PEH Hobbs Consulting Service. So, consulting. What she was consulting on? No telling. And then we look under there. What is this? The eye fell off, but this is kind of cool. Somebody had made a reindeer out of this. But that piece of wood's neat right there.
It is.
And then under that, looks like software under there. All right, Ann says this is a tote for Leah. It says clowns. She says it's really heavy. If you haven't been watching a long time and you don't know Leah, my wife, she is, for some reason, extremely scared of clowns. This thing just tons and tons of clowns here. This is a Precious Moments clown. Is it all gonna be precious moments or just varying clowns here? Another clown. I know there are some of these that are worth money on the clowns.
It says something on the back of it.
All right, this one's left in China here. The one Ann has, what does it say on the back? Oh man, that's heavy.
Yeah.
This has got a signature on it. I don't know what that is, what that says. Pat Wua, Patty, I don't know. It's hard to read that signature, but that's very heavy, well made. Pretty neat looking. Got a little clown bank with a few dollars in it. That kind of looks like Bozo right there.
Oh, there's something on the back.
Barbados, that was probably a souvenir, I would assume. Yeah. I think that was. So yeah, it's all going to be clowns, it appears. Various ones. That's got a signature on it there. Once again, no idea what the signature is, so I don't even want to begin to say. I have to do the Google lens on it, and it'll tell us. It's a neat clown right there. I think this is one of the. Is this one of the Emmett ones?
Emmett Kelly?
I think so, yeah. It's kind of worn side up, but I think it's Emmett Kelly.
No, this one's Emmett Kelly.
Yep, and I know some of the Emmett Kellys can be worth money. It's one of those things, a lot of people are like, why would you want to collect clowns? But people love them. And there is a market out there. Look at that one, it's kind of weird looking. It's a bell. Looks like, I mean, he's holding his stomach. Looks like he's like pregnant or something, but this thing is just jammed full. I'll open one more and we'll, you know, I haven't even dug down in there.
This would fill up a table at the auction.
Yeah, that one's not marked, but a lot of these are marked. Collectible. Some of them, you know, kind of look maybe like Italian or, you know, from some other country, which sometimes they can be worth a lot of money, and, you know, sometimes not necessarily, but we'll get them all out later and we'll show you. All right, that file cabinet down there was empty. This one has stuff in it. The top here, files, but then we come to this drawer. We got a new blanket here. Brand new throw blanket. Let's move that out of the way for a second. But we got a big Visionware pot with the lid. We got some cast iron here. That's Lodge. It says Lodge right there. We got the cornbread Lodge. And then as you see, some other serving pieces. Blue, we got like a thing they put like dump cakes in. Whatever you call it, pedestal stand. Down on the bottom there's some files and a couple of other miscellaneous. So, and then the drawer below this is actually empty. We're getting close to being done in here. Mostly some furniture left, a few odds and ends. There's a few things back there. This is, I don't know if it's a dresser or like an entertainment center. It kind of looks, whoa, like a big entertainment center from this side, or a big computer desk maybe. I think that's what it is. It's a big desk. All right, this other file cabinet here, I opened the door, but this was when I first came in here, and I could barely really get in it, and there was at least a few things in one of the drawers. Let's see. All right. Whoa. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here, all kinds of kitchen goodies. So really nice enamel cast iron. I mean, it's been used, but still good. This is a nice, got pasta dishes here, but this piece right here is real nice. Other stuff below it that we'll wait and get to later. Next drawer. Not much in here, but there is binoculars, I believe. Some Bushnell. Yep. Real nice set of Bushnell binoculars. CDs or like computer stuff or. Ooh, hey, look, we got some doggy treats.
Yeah, the cats live in my house, not dogs.
Oh, you got cats, not dogs. All right, and here we've got plasticware. It looks like more. There's another Visionware lid. Pyrex dishes. casserole dishes down under there. That's a box for something. What is this? Aluminum style. Oh, it's some kind of Apple type deal. We'll have to see later on. Is it in there or not? All right, one more drawer here. And more kitchenware. This is where they put all the kitchen stuff. Plasticware. Ocracoke Island, established 1823. And we got a real Tupperware brand piece right there. This is a food saver. Food sealer. I was about to say a laminator, but that's for paper. That's a food sealer. All right, I'm about to get this here in just a second. As far as what we got left back here, there's a whole set of 6 of the ladder back chairs. They look like they're probably going to be pretty good. We got the old-fashioned big screen TV, and then we got the old-fashioned console TV here. I think this is going to be shipping boxes. They've had several boxes of those. And found this laying in the back, very back there. She didn't open it. It's probably nothing, but we'll see. There's something in a bake bag. Look, it's all these craft scissors that make all these different lines. Right here at the end, loading up this furniture. Really nice corner cabinet here, solid wood. That's at least $100 right there. Metal rack, those are always easy to sell, probably $30-40. And we got 6. These are really nice. Good thing is we got 6. There's no table, but somebody could put these around, you know, a rectangle table and have a full set, or a circle or square. But it's good because it could go around a rectangle dining table. And like Ann just pointed out, kind of looks like it's recently been redone because the super clean here and in good shape. On the ladder back, everything is good here. At least so far. There's 3 more. I'm just hoping one of them's not going to be all torn up, because sometimes I've had them where they're good and then 1 or 2 of them are shredded, like where a kid sat in and it started coming apart and they just start pulling on it. There's a little crack right there. There's a little crack right here too. Now it's funny, the more you look at stuff, you'll start noticing all the flaws. But still good. You could I mean, they're not all the way coming apart. You would just have to be careful, but they could be repaired. You could put a little glue or some kind of wood filler or something in there. But all the seats are in good shape.
Yeah, they're good and strong.
So another, you know, at least $100 there. Probably about $150 for a set of 6. If it didn't have those two cracks on those pieces there, I was going to say $200, which would pay for the unit, but probably go down just a little bit because of the defects in those two. And then we got one thing here. Look, somebody spilled something in this, kind of stained this up, and a little crack there. So like I said, I'm probably still going to go $150 on those. And then here's the big screen TV, and then here's the old school console TV, the Zenith.
You said you were just going to probably put this up, but you got to check, make sure there's nothing.
Yeah. We got all this unit back all unloaded. We've got the bigger furniture, a little bit. There wasn't a whole lot, but we got it out on the floor for sale. These boxes right here, we went ahead and brought here. We wanted to keep them all together because they all say China cabinet, and this one says corner cabinet and China cabinets. Figured might want to open these together because it might be a set of China. I don't know. So here we go. Me and Ann, we're about to crack these things open. She's going to open one that says China cabinet. This one here is the one that says corner cabinet and China cabinet. No idea what kind of stuff is in here. They're all still taped up. This might just be a set of glasses right here. It's nice, and they got all this nice cushion here. Yep, that's gonna be a set of these. They're nice. Looks like a whole big set of them there. You can see double layer. This is something different here. Let's see. Oh, this is the willow tree stuff. Yep. Willow tree. That's collectible. That's like the more expensive of the angel figurines, or one of them. There's some of them that are Expensive Greenbrier International Dollar Tree special right there. So one of them was willow tree, and then the other one was not. So I think all of this, yep, it looks like all these are these glasses to make a whole big set. Probably like, I don't know, 16 pieces or something. Maybe more than that, 20 pieces it looks like. What was in there, Ann?
I didn't. I just took the tape off. So
Oh,
far.
you're supposed to be looking through them.
I know.
Come on, Ann.
But I want to do it fast when I do it. I want to get them.
Look at this, Ann.
I didn't scream because you didn't.
Oh my goodness. Are these more of these same glasses? They got 100 of these things? Looks like it is, yep. Maybe it's a 100-piece set. I don't know.
American something.
American Atelier at home. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be a set or, you know, that's kind of more decorative, so it may just be
Yeah, it looks like
just one. All right, a really nice wooden salt and pepper set with the grinder here. See if there's any pepper in it. It's just kind of residue coming out. I don't think there's actually any in it. Another decorative plate of some sort.
and that's
Mikasa Holiday Delight. Oh, we got some tiny plates here. Royal Ironstone China, W.H. Grindley and Company, England. Alright, so we got all different plates and stuff over there.
and that's
Tianshan.
yeah.
Tianshan. Probably butchering that. But here's another little tiny plate. We're gonna have a teacup or something here. This is a Limoges China, it says. This may be, is this a piece that matches it? No, this Florida Keys souvenir cup. They kind of look like that for a second. Alright, that's pretty cool looking. Really thin around here. Luckily it's not broken. Looks like you got a whole set of that coming out.
8 plates and
The Christmas China. Let us sing to the Lord. Country Elegance. Oh my gosh. Almost broke the Dollar Tree Angel on accident. Several little stands here. You can park it right here. I think we might need it. Alright, this is just a made in China, but kind of ornate, elegant looking there. And now what? You're onto the bowls now. Yep. And of course we do have a little bit of chipping on this. Adderley floral bone china made in England, but that's, unfortunately it's got some chips like typically these little flowers do. Something hand painted here. Got lots of little miniature, small bowls and dishes, hand painted. That's Nippon. Nippon. Nothing on that. That's a lid for something. I don't think it's anything we've gotten out yet. Oh, here it is. Little teapot there. And then there's that. Does that go with it? Yep, that matches it. And look at that. It's got a neat handle on it. Like your fingers just fit right in there.
Tiffany and Company.
All right, Limoges, France. And then Ann just on a Tiffany and Company plate here. All right. Too bad that wasn't a whole big set of that.
I know. And it's in the middle of these plates.
They probably just got one of them as a souvenir or a gift or something. All right, we got a little trinket type box here. AA Importing, St. Louis, Missouri, made in Japan. And then another little box. And here, what's this? This is Tiffany and Company, man. I think it matches that, maybe.
It does.
Yep.
It sure does.
Tiffany and Company, and here is the lid, or it should be. I mean, is this the lid? Guess so. It fits on it, even though it it's not really the same, but it has the same tint gold on it as that, and it fits on it just right. Okay. Something France.
Mm-hmm. You know, Annette, you like them pink bottles.
Mm-hmm. That's Haviland, that's Limoges, France. Several pieces of Limoges, France. Well, more pieces of, this is going to be a whole big set on this here. Oh, here you go. I got the matching cup there, the Florida Keys
there you go.
Souvenir cup there. I'll probably put that in my case up there.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody want. Oh, here we go. More pieces for you. Looks like it might be a whole, like all the cups and everything here. Oh, okay, so that does match.
Oh, it does match it, because look at, yeah.
Because there's that, and then they have the contrast there. Order of the Flying Orchid to Delta. I wonder what that is. Tiffany and Company. Some kind of special group, and they had that made. So this is the last two right here. Okay. Looks like the main thing they had in their China cabinet was this Christmas set, and then after that it was miscellaneous pieces. Other than that, this Mikasa, does that match that? Didn't you have a Mikasa piece over there? That? Yep, that's the same print as that. Alright, so the rest of what I got is cups. I think Ann's pretty much was done, but it looks like it's just more bowls for that. Alright, we got everything out. Ended up being 22-piece set on those. We ended up piecing these teacups and saucers together. This one right here is really neat. And then here's the prize jewel, the Florida Keys teacup set in there. Just went through this case of flatware here. This is all matches right here. All this W.M. Rogers stuff right here is silver plate. All these pieces right here are sterling silver, and then this is all miscellaneous silver plate stuff kind of thrown in there. A bunch of these are pretty nice looking, but they are silver plate, but very ornate, nice looking anyways. Alright, these pieces, these are all usable, but I just weighed these out to get an idea how much scrap value here. 305 grams of sterling silver there, which, you know, about 300 bucks or so scrap value. A little bit less than that, about 275 to 300, somewhere in there. So it's not bad at all.